Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my favorite hair masks. I happen to have 5 here, but this wasn't specifically supposed to be a top 5. I'm not sure what it's going to be titled yet, but hopefully it will be helpful for you guys. If you're new here, I'd love if you would consider subscribing. All my socials and content are linked in the description box in case you're interested, and let's dive into it. We're going to start with my most recent, I guess you could say, favorite, although this one I have had for a while, but it just hasn't been around as long as these other ones here. So this is from Spoiled Child, which is the sister brand to Il Makiage. This is their Rapid Recovery hair mask. If you don't know, Il Makiage is a makeup brand and Spoiled Child is the hair care and I think skincare. I think they have skincare too, sister brand, like I said. So I will say this one is the priciest out of all of these by a few dollars, but I do think it's worth it if you are looking for something that's going to give you a little bit more instant results, if that makes sense. I do have one other one here that I also feel like when I use it, I just have a really good wash day and my hair is really shiny and nice. I feel like it's one of those masks, although it does actually repair your hair as well. But this one, I know it's kind of a frivolous reason to really like a hair mask, but it smells so good. It's like a citrusy, sweet orange kind of scent, but even if you don't generally like citrus, it's not too citrusy. It has a sweetness there that really balances it out and it smells delicious. The packaging is also really cute and just kind of luxe looking. So I do really like this one and I have used it a lot. One of my more used masks in my collection since I picked it up. Although, like I said, these other ones have been around for longer. I've had them and loved them for longer. But I do feel like some of these do different things. For instance, one of my favorite masks that I've loved for years is by Olaplex. It is their original number 3 hair perfector. I'm sure you guys have heard about this. It's very, very popular for repairing the bonds in your hair. It's not meant for general moisture or whatever. It's for damaged hair, and I do have some damage, especially on the ends of my hair where it was bleached in the past, because I've been growing my hair out for years, but I did have it bleached previously. So the bottom parts of my hair technically are bleach damaged underneath the color that I put over top of it. It's not horrible. I feel like I take good care of my hair, but this is something that I do feel really helps if you have that bleach damage or heat damage on your hair. I have been heat styling my hair more often lately, so I like to use something like this a little bit more to help kind of counteract that, because as you can see, my hair is heat styled right now. I have really been loving the sleek look. I do try to be mindful and kind of go back and forth and make sure I'm using products like this to really heal my hair, but I think it's just a personal thing. If you're new to my channel, I do have wavy hair and I do a lot of videos on wavy curly hair, or at least I have in the past. Obviously, if you want your waves and curls to look their absolute best, very minimal heat styling is preferred, but it's not like you can't get good natural wash days if you heat style your hair. My waves still look good in my opinion, and like I said, I'm taking really good care of it. So sorry to get off on a tangent there, but this is one that if you have any sort of heat or bleach damage in your hair, I recommend it. If your hair is just natural, really healthy, you haven't put anything on it, you don't really ever use heat on it, this is probably not the mask for you. But if you're watching this video, you probably want something that's really going to make a difference in your hair. I will say, if you're looking for something to just implement into your hair routine that you can kind of see a difference with over time, you're not really looking for instant results or something that's going to have protein or all of these different things, I think a really good staple one that would be great for all hair types is the Coco Eve Sweet Repair Repairing and Restoring Hair Mask. This one has ceramides, hyaluronic acid, vegan keratin complex. It's a really nourishing, hydrating mask that I feel like anybody can use in your hair routine, like I said, that gives good moisture. It's not going to make as big of a difference on your current wash day as maybe the Spoiled Child one, but it's going to give your hair that nourishment that it needs, and it's just a really great thing to have as a part of your routine. I love the packaging of this one. It's just such cute pink packaging, very girly and aesthetic, and I think a lot of people are looking for staples like that. They want like a complete routine. And this one, the nice thing is it doesn't have any kind of strong scent. It's a very light scent. You can hardly really smell anything to it, honestly. It just smells like the ingredients that would be in here, like a buttery kind of scent, but it's very light. So if that's what you're looking for, I would highly recommend this one. This is one that I definitely use consistently in my routine, just interchangeably. I reach for it when I don't want to have to think too much about what to use, and I just know that it's going to do its job. So I've talked about this before, but I couldn't do a mask video without mentioning it. The next one might be my most talked about mask that I own. Honestly, I just talked about it in my empties video, so this container is currently empty, but I do still have it here to show you guys. It's from Briogeo, and it's their Be Gentle, Be Kind Avocado and Kiwi Superfood Mask. I just realized that my last mask is going to be like the only drugstore option I have to share with you guys. So sorry about that. I didn't mean to put it at the end, but that's where it's ending up. I do feel like I haven't found a ton of my favorite masks at the drugstore, so that's why I don't have other options. But I do think a mask is a really good investment if it's something that you can do. Anyways, this is the one that I was talking about that I feel like really makes a difference on that wash day. I tend to use this one a lot in place of conditioner. It's my favorite mask to do that with. I will repurchase it. I have a lot of stuff to get through right now, so that's why I just have this empty one, but it just like smooths the hair, makes your hair look shiny and silky, and it's not too heavy to where you can't just use it after shampoo and then rinse it out like a conditioner. So for that reason, I just really love it. That's why it's empty. I've used it a ton. It does have a pretty strong scent of like sweet kiwi candy, which it's kind of marketed as that. So it makes sense, but if you're very sensitive to sweet scents, you might not love this one. It's probably the strongest out of all of these, but I really, really love it. It's part of what makes it really enjoyable for me to use. So this is one that is like a holy grail in my collection, and I really, really love it. Also, I will just quickly say, after I talked about it in my empties video, that I was considering also trying the other Briogeo mask, the Don't Despair Repair. A lot of you guys said you still prefer the avocado kiwi, which was kind of like reassuring for me to see, to know that a lot of you guys have this one as your favorite and you don't feel like that one's a necessity. I have tried it in the past, like I said in that video, just little samples of it, and it was okay, but I feel like I would need a full size to really get the full gist of how I feel about it. But now I don't really want to do that if a lot of you guys prefer this one. And I know I love this one so much, so I don't really see myself picking that one up. I think it depends on the hair type that you have. If you have naturally wavy curly hair, I think you would probably prefer this one. I think it would be a safer buy. But anyways, the last one here, if you've watched my channel a long time, I'm sure you know what this is. This is another one that's kind of like a staple in my hair care collection. I don't use it a ton, which I'll explain in a minute, but this is from Shea Moisture, and it is their Protein Power Treatment. It's from the Manuka Honey and Yogurt line, and it is a protein-focused mask. It does have a very moisturizing effect on my hair as well. Like, I find it really nourishes the hair, but if you are sensitive to protein, this is probably not going to be the one for you. I personally like to use it like maybe once a month, just occasionally, to make sure that I am keeping that protein balance in my hair. But I also don't want a protein overload, and some of my styling products do have protein in them. So although I'm not super sensitive to protein, I don't want to overdo it. So that's why I don't use this one a ton. But it is a very, very thick mask. So something to keep in mind, it's very thick when you scoop it out, and I'll kind of like run my hand under the water for a second and really emulsify it and just kind of thin it out, if that makes sense, before I apply it directly to my hair, because it is so thick. But I don't find an issue with that. It's not like it is gonna weigh your hair down if you have very fine hair. Like, I don't think it's over moisturizing. It's just very thick, and it is for someone who wants that protein balance in their hair. I don't think that it's an issue for most people to be overly sensitive to protein, but I know that some people do have that. So obviously do your research and be very aware of what you're putting on your hair. But if it's something where you do want that occasional protein boost and you don't want to have it in your styling products and you just want to occasionally use a mask, I think this is a great way to do it. I think it's versatile and it can be helpful for a lot of different people. So this is something that I use occasionally, but also consistently, if that makes sense. I do have styling products with protein in them that I like too, but it's a staple for me that I like to have in my rotation. So that is the last one. That's going to be it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it or that it was helpful for you. Let me know in the comments what your favorite mask is. I know I did a video in my series of you guys picking like the best hair products in each category. I did a video of masks and I have that playlist on my channel. If you go look at playlists, you can find my playlists of highest voted hair products mainly for wavy curly hair, but there's some other good recommendations in there too. So I know everybody has their personal favorites. My favorites might not be your favorites and vice versa, but it is very interesting for me to hear about your guys' favorites. So maybe there's something new that I've missed, and I would love to know in the comments what your favorite is and what you use the most. Let me know what else you want to see from me on this channel. I am still doing short form content on my other channel. I was slacking a bit there, but I got back to it. And then I also have been doing some fragrance content as well again. And I'm also really trying to be consistent here with my videos, but I'd like to have more ideas of what you guys want to see from me. So leave that in your comment as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.